Braggy nights, Charles.
Indeed. Indeed, old Alvin and the Chipmunks are gone, I think.
Yeah, so we should explain to everybody that we were planning on going back down to the Donald Trump non-indictment area there, the grand jury. I don't know, what is that even?
The idiot drain pool. I mean, it was, I forget who it was who said it. I think it was Trey Gowdy said, keep going? Yeah. Trey Gowdy said, let's go that way. Trey Gowdy said that, if Alvin Bragg said this a number of days ago, if he's having this much trouble securing an indictment, there's no way.
It's a weak-ass case.
There's no way he's going to win a conviction.
Right.
So I think it's a good sign that they have backed off. A good sign for Trump, anyway, that they've backed off this idiot process. Frankly, it's a good sign for the country.
I agree.
And, because remember, Alvin Bragg is just a district attorney in one county of, I forget how many counties there are in New York. I think it's more than 60.
Kings.
Well, I think there are over 3,000 counties in America. So you can't have a precedent where, 3,000 plus county prosecutors will take a look at whatever's happening at federal level, and if they don't like the result, just say, on second thought, you made it past the federal stuff, but now you got to get back by all 3,000 of us.
Yeah, I mean, it really goes against, we were saying, or I was saying yesterday in a walk around, that we've really lost America. And I was watching that Hannity interview with Trump. Trump said it too. I didn't realize that because I just saw the interview this morning.
Yeah.
But, the First Amendment and individual freedom and the Fourth Amendment, these are some of the most fundamental aspects of what it is to be American. Look at these regal-looking canines.
Very nice.
How you doing?
Oh!
They get pissed off.
Easily. Wow.
Man, those little wiener dogs.
Yeah.
It's the Germans, they're upset, Charles.
This is something you see all over the city. These are...
I object to this.
Yeah, the Amazon mini warehouses.
Yeah, I'd like a discount on my Amazon stuff since they're utilizing my tax money, which maintains these streets, to pay these dopes to
this
sort.
Happens
They're not even working. What are they doing?
They carve out different places where they can park a truck like this, and then they break the truck down into distribution carts. They do it right near my apartment building.
They do it all over the city.
Yeah, and this should be stopped. I'm sorry. It's just bullshit.
Now, before we get too deep into the show today, Charles, we got to let people know that we're going to be conducting it in the First Amendment Forum. There's so much to discuss that we're going to get kicked off of YouTube for. Yeah. Okay, great. Have a nice day going there.
Right.
That lady is announcing that she wants to join us in the First Amendment Forum, but she hasn't been invited. People can watch it, Charles, on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Now, there's right now a technical problem on Patreon. Last night,
we're going into dangerous territory here.
It's okay. Last night, I did the Twitter coup as a video.
Right.
And people on the sponsored platforms got to see it, except for Patreon. And I'm waiting for a response from Patreon tech support to resolve this problem. I'm very aware of what it is and what's causing it, but I can't solve it without their help. So what I'm doing now is I'm offering Patreon sponsors a refund if they want to transfer to Subscribestar or Odyssey or Substack. I will refund your March and February payments on Patreon if you're a Patreon user and you transfer to one of those other platforms. Just send me an email. You'll be able to watch last night's show right away, and you'll be able to join us in the First Amendment Forum. For people who want to stay on Patreon, I hope to have it fixed later this afternoon.
Sounds good.
Oh, and I also, Charles, I created a little video of our poster today so that everybody can know who we're dealing with. Of course, it's based on Boogie Nights. We got Alvin Bragg, Donald Trump there, committed to never making a movie on videotape. And then Kamala and Dumb Joe, B-Rock, Hillary. I'm not sure which way they're filming there. Hunter's got his, it's a bong, but it's supposed to be a crack pipe. And we got Stormy Daniels and Merrick Garland in there.
It's a whole shit show menagerie. Here we have the NYU School of Law directly in front of us, Jason.
It's the school of breaking the law.
Yeah, NYU School of Lawlessness.
Indeed. Indeed.
And here is where the chess sharks hang out.
Chess.
This guy, they're
Those
out
are
of their
best.
minds, Charles.
No, they're trying to get you to gamble, and they make
Right,
a
and-
lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
You're not?
Nope. Seems like a good way to get hustled.
Oh yeah, it's total. But it's amazing how a month ago it was really cold here. Right now it's
It's beautiful today.
not so bad. And you can see this, with luck, in 2 to 3 weeks, this will be bursting with color. It'll then be bursting with bums, bursting with mayhem, and devoid of cops. We'll keep
Well,
going
it's
this way.
like that right now.
No, let's keep going this way. Yeah.
No cops.
No cops at all. They tend to show up in the morning briefly, and then they leave, and then they come back around 4 o'clock and pretend that they're paying attention. But the city just continues to fall apart.
Uh-oh, are we not? Oh, there we are, yeah.
Not like a wolf. Whoa.
Wow,
This
I
is
mean, we're already starting to see signs of spring there with the flowers.
The daffodils and the cherry blossoms.
Yeah,
And here we have the lovely restrooms, which are filthy beyond belief.
look at this bicycle just sitting here. It shouldn't even be in the park.
No, he's in the bathroom.
Doesn't matter.
Well, they should
Go lock it up and then walk into the park.
Right.
I really would like to see the city implement the need for a bicycle license.
Yeah.
And if you are on a bicycle without a license, $1,000 fine. City needs money, boom. There you go, bicycle license.
Again, I'm against any kind of tax raising plan for New York City until you deal with the expense side first. Why should we come up with new incremental revenues so that then the employees can say, well, let's boost our pay even more, let's boost our pension.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I know
I'm
you're
just
not,
trying
but-
to deter people from haphazardly riding bicycles all over the place.
Right.
And there's a banana over there, Charles. What is going on with that?
You could ask.
This is the second banana.
Do you want to ask her?
Well, we'll ask when we get over there. Why are you a banana?
Well, let's go this way and we'll go over there, because I'm thinking we'll go
Sure.
east, young man.
So what else did you want to discuss today, Charles? Because our
Well, there's
main
a
topic
lot.
down there is kind of over now.
Well, I think there's a lot to discuss in terms of what's going on with the financial system, what's going on geopolitically, what's going on with elections, what's going on with the...
A lot of people are saying the banking crisis is getting worse.
It is getting worse. And what's going on with the brain-dead vice president, her trip to Africa.
Well, I haven't heard too much about that. They dressed up her husband in a big, colorful kente cloth.
Yeah, wasn't terribly convincing.
Convincing?
No. I mean, it's just, you look like Chuck.
You want a giant weed gummy? Look at the size of that.
That's big. Huge, as Trump would say.
So let's see, what's with the banana?
You can ask him.
What is banana.fyi? What? What?
We throw dance parties around the city.
So
Dance
dance
parties.
parties. I see. Okay.
Like bars and rec.
Oh, okay.
What about a banana makes people think about dance parties?
I don't
That's
know.
weird. Banana dance party.
Hi, I failed marketing class, and here's your. Is that Joe Biden over there in the hat?
Yeah,
Tay-rot readings.
I want to thank China. Dude,
Yeah.
you're in Canada.
Now, let's not antagonize these skateboarders, because these are. You want to go
You're
around them?
antagonizing me.
I know, but it's a losing fight, because there's more of them than
Not
us.
over yet.
Huh?
No, we're not going to bother him.
So I'm
Right
thinking
now.
we go that way.
It's just pathetic that the cops don't do anything.
Well, look, have you seen one cop?
No, that's what I'm saying. They're off doing nothing wherever they are.
Being highly paid, adding years to their pension calculation
Right.
as crime escalates. Actually, somebody published some bullshit statistic that suggests New York has never been safer, calculating murders per capita, however they calculate it, showing it's lower. It is true, actually, that murders in the city are lower than they were 15, 20 years ago. That's true.
find that difficult
no,
to
it's
believe.
true. It's true. But the city is the occupancy rates and business occupancy rates and all sorts of different things that you could look at, vacancies, real estate vacancies, dirt in the streets. It's just a lot worse off
Yeah,
than we are a lot worse off than we were.
indeed.
So, and here are all these, the future Jason. This is junior Jason, many years ago.
Where?
Rushing from class to class at NYU.
No, I don't relate to any of these today's college people. They're out of their minds.
Yeah, they're literally in a fog. And the story, we'll talk about various things in the First Amendment Forum, but there's a story on Zero Hedge that there's an estimate that some 300 million jobs could be replaced due to artificial intelligence in America and in Europe.
That's what I wanted to talk about, this big letter that Elon Musk and a bunch of people have now written saying that we need to stop all, they're outside of the park.
Yeah, but they're not, they have no power. Those
But
are
I'm
just,
saying they're hired to do something in the park and they're just standing there talking to each other. We need mass firing of people who work for the city because they're doing terrible jobs. I think these microphones sound a lot better, Charles. I spent a lot of time rewiring the microphones to try to do away with all of that ground. Oh, as I say that, I hear some radio interference. It's hard to avoid in New York City, but perhaps there'll be less now.
what I would say is a slight variant from what you would say. I would say that anybody we can find who is actually working for the city should be paid more and promoted. Everybody else, get the F out of here.
Right, they're employed by the city, but they're not actually working. See, look, this is nice. I don't know that I've noticed that exactly before. It's like a balcony up there.
Oh, sure.
You could come out of those offices
Yeah.
and sort of enjoy. That's pretty French.
This
Love
is
it.
the is it the
French
German?
Cultural Institute.
Yeah, La Maison Française.
Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah, my idiot first year roommate worked here.
So that's smart.
Ghost riding the whip.
Sail a cart down the street.
What did you think about that FedEx guy is wearing a mask?
Is he really? At this
And
stage,
the park lady was also.
yeah, I mean, at this stage, you have to be off your rocker to be wearing a mask, unless you have some communicable disease that you want to protect other people from. But I mean,
I don't know if we're even allowed to say the word mask on YouTube. It's become such a draconian, anti-American. By the way, this is a message to the small number of scumbags who I know are watching right now, trying to calculate anything they can to screw me up. You guys are assholes, and you're ruining the country. Totally un-American. There's one, at least, that I know who fancies himself a veteran, but he's an enemy of the Constitution, trying to squelch the First Amendment, trying to squelch the Fourth Amendment. It's disgraceful, Charles. We've got all these people who don't know what the Constitution means, and they want to tell you what to do. And
It is. Well, I mean, we had this theory, I think, back in the 80s, when personal computers were just being adopted and people were thinking about cell phones, eventually adopting them, that technology would be used as a tool to enhance man's freedom and life experience. And instead, it would seem, if you're going to write a high-level summary, or a succinct summary, that technology is being used to lock humankind down into an autocracy controlled by highly corrupt and sinister fake elitists, from Bill Gates to Klaus Schwab.
well, I want to talk about Bill Gates relative to this artificial intelligence announcement that Elon Musk has just made, but we're almost out of time, Charles, so we're going to have this part of the conversation and all the other stuff we're going to talk about in the First Amendment Forum. People can join us on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Also on odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. And crowdsource having just tons have a conniption and a heart attack simultaneously.
Hopefully not.
But what I was going to say is is there's a text on to come subscribe or Substack. Please email and fun. There's no sound.